Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week.
Is it better?
Ladies, gentlemen, both, neither, and that little bitch Michael, it is that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind, a show for the visually and Facebook impaired. I am your never humble host, Eric Sizemore, joined by my beautiful co-hosts, Andrew Teedy and Quiet Michael Labune. And we are going to have some very, very funny memes for you. But first, a trademark patented, essential, copyrighted part of every Facebook for the Blind, the depressing news. That's right. Has to happen.
Unfortunately.
I mean, otherwise, where would you get what else would you do? Like, would you know the depressing news? Would you have any idea? Without us? No.
You did it first.
People are counting on us for this.
We're first in depressing news.
Big time news this week, of course, we had the lunar eclipse, and here's a nice 8-panel. Look, everyone, a full lunar eclipse. Illinois, cloud cover. Oh, look, a never-before-seen comet. Illinois, cloud cover. Wow, look, everyone, a once-in-a-thousand-year planetary alignment. Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, Mercury. Yeah, Illinois, cloud cover. Look, a 10-mile wide alien spacecraft. Illinois, cloud cover. That's all we're going to get. Our meteorologist, Jacob Dickey. Moving on in news today, that pasty Jim Jordan. Not this guy. The guy in the bow tie. This guy in the bow tie, he is downright tan compared to Pastey Jordan. Pastey Jordan failed to secure the 217 votes required to become Speaker of the House, so once again loses, as he has for so long. And actually, the Honorable Hakeem Jeffries of the state of New York received 212 votes. So if it were a democracy where we like the most votes, Hakeem Jeffries would be the Speaker of the House. But that's not the way the world works. That is not how things go. Also, how things do go is that Elise Stefanik, who's a real POS, oh my God, I believe also representative from New York. Elise Stefanik just said that Jim Jordan's time on the wrestling mat, where he was coach who ignored the systematic abuse by a team doctor at Ohio State University, is somehow a qualification to be Speaker. George Orwell approves of this message. If you're not familiar, this is Pastey Jordan here, with a nice little sign here that reads "Molester Protector" and has a little shower logo in his little stance there. This guy's such a prick, doesn't he? He's just so doughy and pasty, doesn't he? Don't you just want to put him in the oven, see what he looks like, after 20 minutes on high? That's what I do. Let's see. American Jews and allies have now blocked 4 doors to the White House. They're putting their bodies in the way of more slaughter, and they're demanding a ceasefire in the Middle East. And I suspect, given how much money we give to Israel every month, that Biden could make a phone call and get a ceasefire. I'm just guessing, because, we're paying the piper, so ding. I Smoked Lauren Boebert's tid something. Says, imagine if Hakeem Jeffries couldn't get the votes to become a speaker, and MSNBC was caught calling up Democrats and extorting them for their votes. The rest of the media would lose their minds. Fox was caught doing that for Jim Jordan today, and no one in the media, except for Facebook for the Blind, cares. That's right. Okay. We care. We care a lot.
Yeah. I'm against it, Eric.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. Jim Stewartson, anti-disinfo activist, posted yesterday Netanyahu refused a visit from Zelensky and then called Putin to discuss the Gaza crisis.
Oh, Lord.
Bibi called Putin. 10 days before the worst attack on Jews since the Holocaust, Egypt warned Netanyahu. There's a piece of news you don't see very much. Bibi turned his head, did nothing about it, then lied on TV. Then called Putin to discuss Gaza. This corrupt criminal must go. And I gotta say, Jim Stewartson, yes, I agree with everything you just said. Bill Schneider wanted to point out that the FBI's 2022 data has just contradicted the crime wave narrative. Don't know if you've been paying any attention to the GOP or any of their debates, but they are concerned because the crime wave is sweeping the nation and crime wave is destroying American cities and crime wave American cities are on fire. Well, homicides have decreased by 6.1%. The murder rate is now below 2020 levels, and it's down 36% since 1991. The violent crime rate is at its lowest since 2014. Nearly half of the rates nearly half of the rates from back in 1991-92. So there's strong evidence, and this is a long-term trend, and one day if you want to see the charts, my librarian ass will pull them out and show you, but don't believe the hype. Moving on.
You know why crime started going down in 1991?
I do not. Why?
Because that's when I found Jesus.
Where was he? Moving on. The Daily Illini reports that UIUC students endured cold and slept on the sidewalk to sign leases with JSM. Speaking as a person with plenty of experience with people living under a JSM lease, wow. They got sleeping bags, they got lawn chairs, they're out here, they got backpacks and stuff. And apparently it was just awful. People were saying, well, we have a midterm tomorrow, but we had to study, and this is definitely not conducive to studying because people are cutting in line. People are cutting in line to get into the lease office at 9 a.m. with JSM. Apparently, last year they had appointments, and this year they decided, why do that? Wouldn't it be fun if we could see a bunch of kids in their pajamas sleeping on our sidewalk? And
right.
They got their wish. So, yay, JSM. Dreams really do come true. Lee Camp pointed out that last week the Israeli government said, we have no idea they were planning an attack and not where any of them were, referring to Hamas. Israeli government this week, we know where every Hamas fighter is. Even when they're in underground tunnels, we have the most advanced surveillance system in the world. So we can exactly pinpoint which grade schools and apartment buildings they're hiding in without any civilian casualties. Woo! I wish Americans had a attention span and a memory that was more than a week, because those two thoughts do not go together. Moving on, friend of the show and weird 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Friend of the show, Jonathan Pitts, very influential leader in the improv community in Chicago, is posting an update. Here's an update on He Went That Way, feature film with Jacob Elordi and Zachary Quinto, based on a real-life experience involving Jonathan's dad and a hitchhiking killer. He is Jonathan's a story consultant for the movie and also the film's narrator. Yeah, true life serial killer thriller. And you're like, Eric, how do you know Jonathan? I've slept on his floor.
You can say that about a lot of people, though.
I know, but not all of them have a movie coming out about their dad with them narrating, so I'm bragging people. Anyhow, how cool is that? I think it's freaking stinking wonderful. Hey, the Washington Post reports that on Florida's Gulf Coast, a loose coalition of activists, officials, and Trump world celebrities is building the world they want to live in. Yeah, so the MAGA American dream is alive and well and living in Sarasota. if you were looking for it. We see a shadow of a man with an American flag on his shirt, sunglasses on his head, and a very large, tall cross in the background. So apparently, Sarasota, if you want your little utopian Christian nationalist enclave, that's the place to go. Moving on, this one's just to mess with Michael. Zombie viruses are waking up after 50,000 years. A French virologist discovers are raising fears that the thawing Siberian permafrost could bring ancient outbreaks back to life. And we got a photo here of a box with like 100 chambers in it, and it says a grid of different mutant viruses waiting for their properties to be determined. So, hey, it's a good time to be in virology. Don't know if you were thinking about that as a field, but
you should throw that box away. That's what I would do.
I know you would. Hey, friend of the show, Shelby is popping this one out, setting up for Halloween. Got 2 of these 6-inch bad boys. Neighbors said we should keep them all year, and another one's kid called him Uncle. And this is like a gothic horror dragon in a shroud with red and black and charcoal highlights. 6 foot tall. 2 of them. Garden Shelby's house. I love Halloween. Hey, friend of the show, Kadim's got a new podcast I just discovered today. Did you guys hear about this? Did you read it? Did you check it out? It's Canna Be Real. C-A-N-N-A Be Real. Canna Be Real? And it's all about cannabis. He and his co-host, the comedian Kells of Chicago, they go out. They talk about all things cannabis. They review dispensaries and smoke shops and products. And guys, I'm telling you, I think this is your thing. Kadim is a natural. And he's like, it's my first podcast. And I played him back the audio that we recorded on this very microphone we're listening to right now. And I said, no, you said it right here. This is the podcast. This is your first podcast, 2015. My living room full of Indian food. I remember it well. Or no, sorry, 2018. 2018. So 5 years ago, launched his whole podcast career. And that is about as localized as we get with the comedy scene. So moving on, we always like to have a heartwarming animal story at the end. That's right. Oh, for Pete's sakes with your stupid ad thing. A serval cat is on the loose near Decatur, Illinois. And the postings about it did not specify where the serval cat came from or how it got loose. Look at this bad boy. That is, like, what is that? Like a leopard with a house cat's head on it? It's got long legs, a little skinny body, spots. Like a cheetah, like a serval. You ever heard of this, guys? Never even heard of this.
No, I hate it. Its head is way too small.
Yeah, but dude, that's cool. You guys, if you remember too, we're plagued with all kinds of weird animals running around. We had the emus. Remember the emus? They're still running around. One of them's still loose. Bigfoot. A lot of stuff. That wraps up the news for Tuesday, October 17th, 2023. Now, handing it off to my beautiful co-host, Michael Labune, for a nice, long round one.
Round one.
Hey, Mary's in the
All right,
house.
here comes my big long round one. Kicking off round one, we have subreddit not interesting. It looks like a picture of a shower with 2 bars of Dial soap. And it says, the bar of soap I've been using is smaller than the bar of soap I haven't used yet.
What?
I do agree that this belongs in the subreddit not interesting.
No. No, it's not. Wow.
Not the nanny. Not the nanny. Retweets Jonathan Edward Durham, who says, please don't take this personally. Me. Best I can do is immediately take it extra personally. Alec, friend of the show, Alec says, today I had 800 milligrams of caffeine, exercised for 2 hours. I ate literally 80 pizza rolls and did a face mask. The line between self-care and self-destruction is a fine one, but God, do I walk it hard, brother.
Not all heroes wear capes.
80 pizza rolls, I think that falls under self-care.
Yeah, but that's also self-destruction for sure, though.
Maybe he's purging.
It's like both. Trash Can Paul. Friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. He posted this picture of this kid, and he's wearing a really cool pea coat, and his face is like fucking covered in coal or something, and he's got like a tin water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Canteen, a tin canteen tied around his waist. His picture's definitely from like the year 1890 or
20s.
Something.
Yeah.
I want to say this kid looks like he's probably 5 years old, and he's full blown smoking a pipe.
Yep.
But what the hell is on his head? Is this something for working in a mine? Is it like
It does. Yeah, it looks like a miner's helmet with a light on it.
With a coal lamp.
Yeah.
Old school coal lamp.
Trash Can says child labor was cool as hell. Just look at this guy.
Oh yeah, that kid has kicked more ass than all of us combined.
Kid looks cool as fuck.
I will bet you $1 that is in West Virginia, and there's a pretty good chance I'm related to him.
I'll take that bet, and yeah, that's a bad little dude.
Yep.
Eric, now that you've named West Virginia,
yep.
I have a meme coming up for you. Hopefully in this round. We'll see.
Cool.
Cam at Large Motorcycle says, anxiety is so fucking embarrassing. Oh no, what if something happens? Jesus Christ. All right, Eric, why don't you read this one for me from Trash Can Paul?
Trash Can Paul reposting John Denver, Take Me Home, Country Roads as a soundtrack. And we see the new Gorge Bridge, the Columbia Bridge, the new Gorge Bridge. I can't remember. In West Virginia, it says, West Virginia is so beautiful. Very
Try that again, Eric.
West Vagina is so beautiful. You know, I'm vagina blind. I don't see vagina. Other people see vagina. I don't see vagina.
Samantha at Milky Goddess says, in the club, naming 5 things I can see, 4 things I can feel, 3 things I can hear, 2 things I can smell, and 1 thing I can taste.
Oh my.
Wow.
It's going to be all right, Samantha.
That's a good game.
Patrick at Lunch Enjoyer posts a picture of an Ewok from the movie Revenge of the Ewoks, I believe.
Revenge of the Jedi.
Return
of the Jedi.
No, this is from the Ewoks movie.
That one's from Jedi. Trust me, but there are 2 Ewok movies, but that's not the dude.
Oh, okay. So this is from Return of the Jedi.
Yes.
All right, I really apologize. This is an Ewok from Return of the Jedi. Patrick says every British person has a grandparent that looks like this.
100 times yes.
Quick follow-up, that kid in the coal miner hat is from Butte, Montana, so I'm definitely related to him.
So I stumbled across all these memes this week that take notorious or infamous videos from the internet and make them look like Pixar art, and then make it look like the cover of a movie. I really, from the bottom of my heart, I hope that nobody knows what this video is, what this is referencing. But this is just a picture of a man in blue jeans. You can't see the whole man. You can just see like his calves. His pants are rolled up, and there's a picture of a mason jar, and it says Disney's Pixar jar. Moving on.
No.
Trash Jones at Jay Zucks says coffee isn't enough. I need to be struck by lightning. And I have 1 or 2 more here. This is the last one. This is a picture of Sean Connery leaning up against a beautiful car, mountains in the background. He's wearing a suit and he just looks cool as fuck. This is like maybe a 40-year-old Sean Connery, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And the font, the impact font across the picture says, "What the fuck is a driver's license? Just trust me." And
I can hear him saying that. I can hear that in his voice.
Round 1. Let's see what you got this week, TD.
Oh god, I can definitely hear that.
I wish I could do a good Sean Connery, but I can't.
I can't do a good one. That's why I'm not going to do it.
I actually got hired to do one, and I'm not going to do it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
What?
Let's hear you, Sean Connery.
I did get paid to do this, and I'm not proud of it.
Okay.
My best Sean Connery is very difficult to do, actually. I don't know. That's all I can do. That's all I got.
That's not bad. That's not
bad.
Look, I'm gonna be.
I hear a little Billy Connolly in there, though.
That was fucking 100% better than I can do.
Absolutely.
The toughest thing with doing Sean Connery is not being too Scottish.
Yeah, you're too Scottish. Yeah.
Yeah, that was more like William Wallace or some shit, man.
Oh, shut up.
All right, TD, round 1. I mean,
yeah, let's do that thing I do every week. TD's often imitated, but never duplicated. World famous short round 1. Now brought to you by Metamucil. That's right, Metamucil. All right, here we go.
Regular.
All right, funny neurodivergent ADHD ASD memes. Friend of everybody, fucking friend of us for sure. Post a picture. It says when you're in sensory overload, but no one will leave you the fuck alone. And it's Lisa Simpson rocking back and forth, looking like she is strung the fuck out. Bags under her eyes, hasn't blinked in like 4 days.
Oof.
Let alone slept.
Right.
I feel this. All right. Yeah. All right, that's your mental health lesson for the week. Okay, friend of the show, Ross Childs, reposting from Star Trek. Wholesome reposting. I can't quite read it. There is the picture of Dr. Spock, or Mr. Spock rather, standing there with a glass in his hand, and it says there are 2 types of people in the world, and he's taking a drink. It says avoid both of them. Bravo, Mr. Spock.
Yep, that works.
Yeah, I can do that. Moving on. You know what? Look, I'm going to have you read this one, buddy.
All right, Jason Jester, friend of the show, Jason Jester. He posts a picture. It says Wake Forest University Sports Hall of Fame honors. He says when your wife lets you name the kid, and we see that this plaque is for someone named Dick Titty.
Ah,
No relation.
no relation.
And Jason Jester just says slow clap.
The funny thing is my grandfather's name actually was Dick Teedy, and he got tired of this joke when he was in first fucking grade, as did the rest of us.
Sure.
Dick Titty.
All right, moving on.
Titties are only funny in pairs.
Shut up. Speaking of Teedies, some douchebag named Andrew Teedy. Hey, I know that guy.
Hey.
I posted this a couple years ago, and I just said this is so accurate, it's frightening. It says, when the Chinese takeout guy gave you 3 forks because you ordered so much, but it's all for you. And it's this very plump, rotund, robust kitty laying on a pillow, just looking very sad. And goddamn, do I fucking feel that.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had 2 bags of Chinese food handed to me at one time, and it was all for me. So I get this. All right, moving on.
I feel it too. I'm with you.
All right, at least I'm not the only one.
No.
Friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me, Jason Jester once again here says, "Sorry, kid, learn your lesson." And it just says, "I invited my niece to eat some burgers, and she didn't bring money for hers." And this is like a picture of a little 4-year-old girl staring at a tray of burger and fries, and she ain't got nothing in front of her. She's looking very confused. Oh, like part of me is like, "Oh, come on, feed the kid," and the other part of me is, "This is brilliant."
No, that's more.
Learn your lesson, child.
No, so wrong.
So wrong. This is why I don't have kids, folks. All right, moving on. Friend of the show, Daniel Burt, says, "Why is this true?" And she reposts from All You Can Eat, and it's just a picture of like a wooden spoon full of cottage cheese. And it says, "First 3 bites of cottage cheese. This is incredible. Why don't I eat this more often? 4th bite of cottage cheese. I never want cottage cheese ever again." And that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at. All right, moving on. I guess we don't. Okay, moving on. Friend of the show, Satan.
Hey, Satan.
Yo, hey, Satan.
Hail, Satan.
At S8NC Friday for Poker, big guy. Says, "Me at 3 a.m. imagining how I would do CPR on a giraffe instead of sleeping." And it's a picture of the official animal for Facebook for the blind, a giraffe. And it's a diagram where like the dude's doing chest compressions, and you see him like haul ass over to the mouth to put some air in, and haul ass back over to the chest, do some chest compressions. Yeah, that would be a mug. So I feel this.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can see staying awake for that.
Oh yeah, word. All right, and I'm once again I'm gonna have this is the last one I got for the short round one here, and I'm gonna let Labune read this one as well, please.
Jason Jester's back, and it says he's posted a picture here that's captioned Dragon Ball Z or something. I don't know. I don't watch anime. And we see that this is a picture of a dragon's head, but instead of a body, it's just connected to a pair of human testicles. Jason Chester says, "You do you, playa." I really to good friend, our good friend, other Andrew. I really cannot overemphasize the importance of the fact for our listeners that this is tattooed on a person's body.
Oh yeah.
This is just, and I would also like to say it's not a very good tattoo.
No, but it
I mean,
reeks,
the dragon's head is passable, but it's the balls.
Yeah. But it reeks of intention. That's the thing.
Oh yeah.
Like now,
when I saw this,
the top part of the dragon to me says, "I intend to pay you a lot more money to finish out the body of this dragon," and the balls say, "But I don't have any more money."
That's fair.
I just keep trying to figure out how it would move, how it would ambulate. Like, how would this thing move?
Dude, I know it would roll. It would roll.
Or flop like
look at me.
fish.
Look at me, Libby. Just like this.
It's not walking on its balls. There's no way.
Yeah.
No,
Dragon balls. They're the best balls.
And when I saw this, all I could think of was like, you know what, Labune? I've had to see that stupid picture of Jar Jar with a couple of
Oh God.
Phantom Menaces too many times. So yeah,
You talking about the Jar Jar with 2 dicks?
yeah.
That's canon.
I mean, I don't know how many calories I burned just repressing that.
And supposedly Nightcrawler from the X-Men has 2 of them too.
Great. Let's
Good,
move on.
good,
I think we.
good.
I think.
But yeah,
we, I
that's
think
all I got.
we have
That's all I got for
milked these
teams. Often
balls.
imitated.
We've milked those
Often
balls for all
imitated,
they're
never
worth.
duplicated. Short round 1, now brought to you by Metamucil. That's right, Metamucil. All right, over to you, Sizemore.
Hey,
Oh, my-
Sizemore, can you and TD talk at the exact same time, like 3 times in a row, please?
No shit.
Yeah, we practice this before you get to the show. I mean, like,
Oh yeah, we decide how we're gonna step all over each other.
This is
Fucking
fucking
great.
radio, is what this is.
fucking great, dude. All the best podcasts have crosstalk. That's the key. Everybody,
Fuck yeah.
that's the best. So, yeah. Hey, I'm having fewer technical difficulties than I have in the past, but still a few. Here and
We're
there.
so proud of you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So yeah, I'm working on it, but I got a really good
Eric, I'm bored.
wholesome
Show some memes.
round 1. Okay, you got it.
Wholesome round. Come on.
It doesn't work like that.
Give us some wholesome.
Put the
Wholesome
whole
round.
in wholesome.
Wholesome round is, again, will remind you, only branding in the strictest sense. It may or may, parties.
Do you remember my last meme? Of course, it's only in branding.
Absolutely love this one. This is a statement. My prediction is that 2023 will see the emergence of this decade's yellow guy. And we have Woodstock from Peanuts representing the 70s, Pac-Man in yellow from the 1980s, Bart Simpson bringing up the 1990s, SpongeBob for the 2000s, and a Minion of the 2010s. And I got to tell you that I was a little surprised that they had overlooked the creation of Harvey Ball, which would take it back to 1963, the smiley face. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. The yellow guy that dominates a decade is a well-precedented fact. And as near as I can tell, this was 1963, so it's 2023. Hurry up, yellow guy. You don't have much time.
Yeah, we really haven't had a yellow thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's so wonderful, man. I found out that Harvey Ball went to some patent attorneys once this smiley face had gone viral back in the day when that really meant something very different. And there were like 150 million of them in circulation somehow. And he says, "Hey, patent attorneys, can we do anything with that?" And they're like, "No, that's out in the public domain." And he was like, "That's all right. If it makes people a little bit happier, cool." How wholesome is that? Speaking of old guys saying wholesome shit, the Biden-Harris HQ tweeted, "We just joined Truth Social, mostly because we thought it would be very funny." I concur. This is a picture of Statler and Waldorf but they have been portrayed as the Grady girls from The Shining, the twin ghosts that were super creepy. And I implore you, boys, look into their eyes. Look.
This is still way less scary.
Oh, yeah.
Look into their eyes. Yeah, you're right. Friend of the show, Kristen Yanakis, reposted Nick Rome, who has reposted, man, I don't know, UIRUU on Twitter, and said, "Hallowed be thy ween." And Circadian Rhythm replied, "You're going to hollow out my what?" She said, "Your ween." Well played, well played.
I like that that was 5 years later.
Oh my God.
How would be thy ween in 2015, and 5 years later comes
Boom.
this one.
Well played, well played. Moving on. Friend of the show, Johnny Cardinale says scientists have officially confirmed that despite multiple reports to the contrary, not a single person has actually taken it down a notch. So make a note of that. Friend of the show, Craig Smith, has posted one of these fun signs. It's like two things stuck together because somebody didn't go to graphic design school. And this particular one says cotton candy, chicken nuggets. But it could be read as I'm stuck singing cotton chicken candy nuggets to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Cotton chicken candy nuggets.
Yes.
This one got a particularly huge amount of traffic on my page. It's ridiculous. This, I believe, is a cartoon from an outfit named Speed Bump. That is not important, but boy, the people on my freaking page thought it was. It was posted in the Far Side group, and I said, "Oh, look at this Far Side." And we have two women in the graveyard, and the widow in black next to the gravestone is saying to her friend, in order to make an appointment, he first had to update his operating system, download an app, get a username, choose a password, log into a health portal, navigate to messages, and write his doctor. And by then, it was too late.
Oh, wow.
A lot of people felt this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the thing is that this is actually a Bizarro comic, I believe is the name. Or no, this is Speed Bump. This is Speed Bump. It does not matter at all. This next one's from friend of the show, Kristen Unakis, making a second appearance here with a picture of pancakes drizzled in too much syrup, and it reads thick and rich. And Kristen has said, halfway there. What do you aspire to be? Thick and rich. Yes.
I would like to comment there is no such thing as too much syrup on your pancakes.
Right on. Moving on. Diesel Kells, acquaintance of the show, but I like the cut of his jib, has a picture of an old 1970s car, and it's surrounded by, I don't know, men in dark cloaks. They all have their arms in the air, like they've made a magical circle around the beater, and it says, when you can't afford a mechanic, so you resort to necromancy. I can see that. Let's see here. Where do I want to go with this? Oh, friend of the show, Brian Cromwell. You guys remember Brian from Blind Pig? He apparently had built a totem, a wood totem in his backyard, and somebody put a face on it. Look at that. Says, somebody put this tree spirit face thing on my eventual totem. Oh, it's a half-carved totem. Says, I really hope it was my neighbors, not some evil tree spirit. My neighbors are at church right now. Very strange. Strange indeed. Note that my neighbors are elderly and very religious, so them putting this on here would be odd, to say the least. He says tree spirit, but Titi, that's Bigfoot.
Well, it could be a tree spirit honoring his bigness.
Perhaps.
His footiness.
I think they're requesting that he carve Bigfoot.
That could be true, too.
You know, which I support all the way. Last week, of course, we had Columbus Day, and there was a motion put out with this picture of Peter Falk holding a cigar to his head in his rumpled trench coat, and it says, motion to replace all statues of Columbus with statues of Columbo.
Fuck yes. I love Columbo, dude. That show is so goddamn good.
So good.
I watched some of it just the other day, actually.
Oh, my God. We all agreed on something. Dear Diary. And another Zoom comedy fan, friend of the show, Rick Mullins, did his t-shirt of the day here, and it is Columbo in pink in a circle, and it says, just one more thing. And now I'm like, I really want that. I really want that t-shirt. That's so weird. I don't know why I want that t-shirt. And that is almost it. Just two more here. This one is from Fan Goddess, and she's captained it, especially relevant today. And we have a picture of Batman here, Anna Musrocks, who's posting a 2-panel from Ms. Marvel. And in the first one, a girl in a job is speaking to her sister and says, we spend 6 weeks on ancient Rome and ancient Greece, but 6 minutes on ancient Persia and Byzantium. History is written by the oppressors. That's all I'm going to say. I was like, man, I love Superman.
I mean,
right? What are you going to do? Yeah. Ms. Marvel. Looking forward to the new season and the Marvels movie coming out. Friend of the show, Lauren L. Barnes, reposts this little conversation of a husband and wife. Husband is doing crosswords with his wife. Husband, emphatic, no, 5 letters. Wife, never. Husband, pistol, 3 letters. Wife, gun. Disgust, 3 letters. Ugh. Charity, 4 letters. give female sheep 3 letters. U. Pixar movie 2 letters. Up. And Righteous Memes from Generation X points out that we have all just been rickrolled because never gonna give you up. It's my dad joke of the wholesome round, wrapping it up and making you sick. Sorry, I can tell. Don't care. Back
That was an odd rickroll.
for
That was
the
an odd
Reverend
rickroll.
round 2.
All right, here we go. Ill Reverend coming at you. Kicking off round 2 with Glow Fuck Yourself.
Glow fuck yourself.
Says breaking, Jada reveals she has been Tupac this entire time.
God damn.
Oh my
Says
God.
Will is crying again. Tupac fans are torn, and it's a picture of Jada Pinkett Smith, except now she's wearing a bandana and has a goatee
Wow.
and Tupac's eyelashes.
I'm a little
Stoners.
saddened that Jada Pinkett made it into your feed.
Oh, you really deeply underestimate how much of my feed was Jada Pinkett Smith and Will Smith.
Never say, yeah.
That was most of it.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, and the rest was war. Intelligent Stoners at Genius Pothead says, me high as fuck trying to read my text for the 10th time before pressing send. And it's a picture of, I don't know this character's name from Simpsons.
I don't remember what his name is.
Oh, it's
But it's
Mo.
Homer's friend.
That's Mo. It's
That's
Mo.
not
We're at the
Mo.
bar.
That's
It's
not
not
Mo.
No.
That's
it's
one of the
guy
bar
he
wives.
works with.
Larry? Lenny?
Maybe there.
Uh,
I think it's like, it does. Who gives a shit? And he's
Doesn't
thinking
matter.
real hard. Fuck. Spent too much time on that. Shithead Steve, friend of the show, Shithead Steve. Hey, Shithead. He says, how hard I pronounce the F and fuck no when the cashier asked me if I want to round my total up for charity. And it's a picture of Homer with his eyes closed and he's biting his bottom lip super hard. Fuck no. Trash Can Paul, friend of the show, Trash Can Paul. Hey, Trash Can, keeping it sleazy. He says what people think New Orleans is like, and it's a picture of a carjacking. And then he says what New Orleans is like in reality, and it's a picture of I don't know what this is. Beautiful castle-looking church. Some kind of a hoagie with a Barks root beer in the back, and some.
That's
hot
a po'
chicks in
boy.
it. A po' boy, thank you. And then just a picture of the water and the skyline from the water with all these beautiful casino boats and stuff, and then a picture of a carjacking. Glow Fuck Yourself is back. This time retweeting Dave Blass, who says, for a race so superior, why do the Borg have such poor cable management?
Fuck yeah!
Oh God, that's so true.
Satan, friend of the show, Satan.
Hey, Satan.
Hey, Satan.
It's a picture of Mary and Jesus and Joseph, and Jesus is a little boy here. And Jesus says, Mom, where do babies come from? And Joseph says, yeah, Mary, where do babies come from? Stefan Chad at I am Steph and Chad. I see what you did there. Says, going to the gym gives you energy, but you need energy to go to the gym. Sounds like a pyramid scheme to me. I think I have like 4 or 5 more here. Hourly shit at hourly_shitpost has a picture of looks like a Tootsie Pop, and the sucker is labeled appetizer and the stick is labeled main course.
Yeah.
Trash Can's back. Trash Can Paul. Picture of a anthropomorphized wolf wearing a fedora and tipping his hat at us. And it says, if they talk behind your back, then fart. All right. And this is my last meme for this round. And it's, wait, is that right? No, I have more. I have like 3 more. Millis at Mills Plus says, nah, no way Congress said that shit. And Joey replies, what they say? And Mills says, they said you a bitch.
So dumb.
This is a picture of like a Lunchables box, except instead of food, there's a picture of a bowl and some weed and a lighter, like all fitting in the little pockets or little compartments like a Lunchable. And it says Lunchables. And use your lunch break wisely. Includes pipe and lighter and real fire. 1 gram of indica.
I need this to be a real product ASAP.
Chinese man runs marathon in just 3.5 hours despite chain smoking for the entire 42 kilometers, and he's done it twice before. This man is a fucking legend.
Legend.
Wow.
I mean, look at him go.
That dude's straight up. He's a straight up G.
Yeah. That's fucking hardcore.
Amazing.
This is my last one for this round. It coming to you from Spurt Magoo, who is just someone on the internet. It says summer is finally over, celebrating autumn vibes with the fam. Leaf emoji, jack-o'-lantern, leaf emoji. TD, how would you describe the picture that this?
God damn, I was described this picture before. I hate doing it. So there is a woman cleaning the stove in the background, looking and smiling at the two people in the foreground. A dude holding a pumpkin with the top of the pumpkin cut off, and he's holding it in his crotchal region near his bonius maximus. And there is a blonde woman with a big smile on her face reaching into said pumpkin, and I wonder what she's touching.
Wow. I'm fucking disappointed in you, TD. That was gross. Kicking it over to you, TD, for round 2.
Oh, really? You team me up with that, and I'm the gross one. Bite me, you Mohawk menace.
Oh, Mohawk menace. He's alliterating on your ass.
That's right.
Did you just use alliteration on me?
I did.
How dare you use my own spells against me?
I know.
We're gonna start round 2 here, or as I call it, the irregular round. And if you're irregular, you should have had the Metamucil that I talked about in the first round. Metamucil, brought to you by Metamucil. All right. Friend of the show, Canadian Fletchy, says, "Don't you know how babies are born in Canada?" And it's a picture of 2 babies in like maple syrup collection buckets nailed to a tree. And it says, "How do babies are born in Canada?" And someone comments like, "Hey, whoa. That's not how they're born. That's just how we find them in our maple syrup buckets. No one knows where the fuck they come from. How the fuck they're born."
Heard it here first.
I mean, you're in South Canada. I mean, there's some truth to this, right? You're in South Canada.
Yeah, that's where we find them. But I want to recognize that for some reason, TD, you chose not to read the last sentence, but just riff.
Well, it's very small, so I was kind of going off memory.
Started improvising there at the end.
Yeah, I fucked with it a little bit. Yeah, sorry about that. All right, friend of the show, Deborah M. How you doing, Deborah? Thanks for the cards and letters.
Hey.
Someone says profanity is so low class, and it's a picture of Dame Maggie Smith just looking regal as fuck. I think it's from Downtown Abbey. And it says Downton. I'm sorry, dude. I'm American redneck. I can't say that shit. It says me. Apologies, my good bitch. But what seems to be the fuck? I'm going to be using that line from now on. Apologies, my good bitch. But what seems to be the fuck?
My good bitch. What's
my good bitch?
Actual fuck. I'm going to throw in an actual.
Yeah, I think actual is actual is appropriate.
I love my good bitch.
My good bitch.
My good bitch. Moving on.
Yes. I mean, we could go on for days about that
one.
Hey, Sizemore, I'm going to let you read this one, please.
This is dad jokes, and we see a dad in a white button-down collar shirt. Hey, what are you saying, TD? And it says, blue check mark, at dad says jokes. What do you call a one-legged hippo? A hoppo.
Boo.
Hey, Labune, just be happy that Sizemore gets to read some of these now, okay?
I do appreciate that.
All right. Friend of the show, once again, Satan at S8N. Hey, buddy.
What up, Satan?
It says, my wife hates being embarrassed, so we surprise her at the airport. It's a picture of a little boy in a Superman shirt. I'm going to say somewhere between 5 and 7 years old. And he's holding a big old cardboard sign that says, welcome home from prison, Mom.
That's awesome.
I've seen so many signs like this for people picking up military people from the airport. We get brutal.
Awesome job beating that conviction, Mom.
All right. Next up, we got once again friend of the show, Satan. He
Hail,
says,
Satan.
Hail Satan. He says a human tooth was standing up to 250 kilograms or 550 pounds of force. And the picture of, like, I think it's like Shrek's head splattered on the Hulk's body.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then it says a human tooth when it comes into contact with some sugar. And it's Shrek, and it looks like he's getting Thanos snapped out of existence. It says, I don't feel so good, donkey. I can do Shrek. I can't do Connery, but I can do Shrek.
I thought you did an excellent donkey.
Thank you. Once again, friend of the show, Satan making like his 15th appearance in a row here.
Hail, Satan.
Oh, Satan.
It just says insurance companies, when you finally ask them to do their job after paying them thousands of dollars over the years, and it's a picture of Walter White looking like shocked and incredulous, like, what? Like, you want me to do what? Yeah. Fucking insurance people. All right, moving on.
Yep.
Friend of the show, Puns at the Punny World says, I accidentally drank a bottle of invisible ink last night. I'm in the hospital now, waiting to be seen. Oh, come on. You know how many of these I turned down? All right.
Sad.
Friend of the show, once again, Satan.
Hail,
Hail, Satan. Posted a picture of the blonde meme guy with the bad haircut and the beard looking at a cat. And the guy says, I have to go to work every day. And the cat's like, I don't. And the meme dude's like, fair enough, but you also don't have any money. And the cat's like, neither do you.
Meow.
And that's very true. Fuck you, cat.
Claws out, man.
Oh, yeah. That's why I say cats are assholes.
Mm.
But they'll tell you the truth. They won't fuck around with you. Hearts, the Hannibal. I can't say all that shit.
Heart's
Says-
Delight Havanese.
Okay. It says, sorry, can't you tell I was up late with the puppies? And it says, washer and dryer for sale. Serious inquiries only. And it's a picture of a flathead washer and a clothespin. Washer and dryer for sale. Wah, wah, wah. Mary sent me that. Shut up.
I am gonna get the Price is Right horns and have
You were
them
no shit, yeah. Burner, me. Friend of the show, Jason Jester. Loving this one. This is the last one I got for round 2, by the way.
Ah,
It's a picture of Shawn Michaels circa 1998, labeled Will Smith, literally minding his business and his loving family. And then there's a picture of Stone Cold Steve Austin flipping him off, and it's just labeled Jada. Yep. Like I said, this shit has been dominating my feed.
wow.
I turned down. I was like, I'm only gonna do one Jada joke, and this was the one I picked.
Dude.
All right, that's all I got for round 2. The irregular round. You should have used your Metamucil. Over to you, Sizemore.
That was a great tie-in. Oh my, you're a marketing.
I wish I could take credit for that. Mary wrote that joke.
Mary, you're a goddamn marketing goddess. All right. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all. We hit a milestone this week, and Facebook for the Blind has over 3,000 views across all of our many, many platforms. We're on Spotify, we're on Google Music, we're on Apple Music, we're on SlideShare, we're on Friend Feed, we're on MySpace, we're on, all of them. 3,000. Anyway, thanks
We
again.
did it in just over 3 years.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
that's 1,000 views a year. That's a lot. That is a lot, really, when you think about it.
It's
Shut
not
up.
for the internet, but
Round 2, the irreverent round. Usually all kinds of terrible things make an appearance right here. The Onion, my ex-employer, friend of the show, The Onion, reports New York Times issues an apology for reporting Palestinian deaths.
Oh,
We're so sorry. We're so sorry. The Onion reports Jada Pinkett Smith announces she's pregnant with Chris Rock's baby.
God, I can't stand this bitch.
It's the only intrusion in my feed, I think.
I like her.
The Onion, and this is the one I posted. The Onion reports the Onion stands with Israel because it seems like you get in less trouble for that. That's a picture of the Onion World headquarters there. Thought that was pretty good. The Onion reports Netanyahu, I don't know about you, but the timing of this tragic attack on Israelis could not have come at a better time for me.
Oh.
Don't know if you're aware of this, but Bibi was in all kinds of corruption problems, and the chaos in our Congress looked a lot like the chaos in his government. And then along comes one of those unifying things that gives idiots way more power than they should ever freaking have. This is a cartoon from Comrade Teen Vogue, banging it out all the time, Comrade Teen Vogue. And we have a picture of a shirtless man coming up behind a woman who's like cooking or working on the counter or something. And the woman has a flag of the United States on her. And the man without a shirt has the flag of Israel. And it's captioned, her. Go get my purse. Yeah, I'm going there. Friend of the show, Kadeem, with his beautiful significant other, Andre. And he posted this very funny reel this week where she connects everything to your past. And in this frame, I believe he's just cooked dinner and she takes a bite and she goes, wow, this is really good. Who taught you to make this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God, I totally got this with my ex-wife. She was like, who taught you to fold a fitted sheet? It's like, you're not supposed to get in trouble for knowing how to do that.
See, that's why I always say, if you're just stupid and incompetent like yours truly, you don't get in trouble.
Oh, because you don't know how to fold a fitted
You
sheet.
get in plenty of trouble.
Jeez.
Oh, I get in trouble, just not for shit like that.
True. I got you. FB for TB, a weekly memecast. If you're not following FB for TB, a weekly memecast, you are missing out. Reposted Elizabeth at Spindly Pete. Says, perhaps the only caution I have for the younger people in politics is that, quote, we have to just wait for the old racists to die off, unquote, is something I've been hearing since 2004. They appear to respawn.
Yeah.
And that's about the damn truth. Friend of the show, Zach O'Ryan, says, I feel like comedians date another comedian to try and form one funny comedian. Stephanie Ann says, it's more than a throuple. You got a Voltron. I like it. This next one, FB for TB, a weekly memecast. If you're not following FB for TB, I can't even say it anymore. Reposting Lazy Socialists. We have a square peg trying to be shoved into a round hole, and the square peg is labeled capitalism. And the round hole is a future in which humans survive.
Yeah.
Woohoo! Ah! Knee slapper. The Onion, they're back. My former employer and friend of the show says hundreds of multi-pronged Israel-Palestine proxy wars currently being fought across local Facebook groups. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for those. Friend of the show and founding granddaddy of the show, George Cruikshank, says, Internet, why? Don't do this in a cast iron. Don't do this in a cast iron. They take on flavor. Be careful what you cook in it. Me, cooking jam and spaghetti sauce back to back in the same pot. If you think you can't cook it in a cast iron, what you're really saying is that you're too lazy to re-season it, the easiest kitchen task imaginable, and you're afraid of extra iron in your diet. Grow up.
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. I appreciated it quite a bit. One thing that's pointed out, you'll notice that a lot of folks are the Onion is out there, and somebody would like to point out that feels like the Onion has been fairly consistent over the years. So took a look here at 2014. Israel. Palestinians given ample time to evacuate to nearby bombing sites. And
Yeah.
later in 2021, Palestinian family who lost home in airstrikes takes comfort in knowing this is all very complicated. And Jesus God. Man, I feel like I have even more. I'm sure I have even more. This is terrible. FB for TB, a weekly memecast, has a 2-panel cartoon, says tongues in the Bible. And we have a bunch of Middle Eastern looking dudes in Bible clothes, and it says, how is it that we can hear every man in our own language? And then the second picture it says, tongues in the modern church. Ba diddy ba da bang da dang diggy diggy. Truth from This is the Worst Thing I've Seen in 6 or 7 minutes. And I commented, modern Pentecostals are really something. And I think I got 2 more, and I'll throw it back to you. 2 more, and I'll throw it back to you. The Onion, I promise this is probably last. Reposting, let us be clear. This is a fraught moment, and one that has polarized not only Americans, but people all over the world. It demands incredible sensitivity and strict adherence to journalistic standards of objectivity. And simply put, that is something we aren't willing to do. The Onion editorial board. Okay, one more, then I'm really done, probably. The Onion posts dying Gazans criticized for not using last words to condemn Hamas. And finally, friend of the show, Rachel Valinga, has an on-the-spot report from a bathroom. We see a sign on a little marble pedestal that says, this bathroom is for singing. Rachel reports this is on a sink in a multi-stalled gas station bathroom in Effingham. What?
Nice.
Little bit of joy for the end of the irreverent round. Soon, the multi-stalled gas station bathroom that you're sitting in Effingham could be graced with singing. I actually would. I crack up at that stuff. Back to you, Michael. Oh, it's the penultimate round.
This is the penultimate round, round 3. Ian Bucky McMillan says, I support people's choice to street race because it's a victimless crime. And Rob Fujisan says, until they T-bone a family van full of kids, killing the entire family. And Ian Bucky McMillan says, that's street crashing, which I am very against. Sarah Finsley. This is a 2-parter here. Sarah Finsley, she retweets Brian Morris. Brian Morris has this picture of, it's a video of John Piper, who's the, he's like an evangelical talking head. Mm-hmm. The interviewer says, I'm not walking away from Jesus, but I'm done with the church. The context is the harm done by Mark Driscoll. John Piper says, if you do that, you're walking away from Jesus. Meaning if you walk away from the church, you're walking away from Jesus. Mm-hmm. Sarah Finsley says, I don't care what John Piper says. And all of this was really what made all this worth it was one of the comments has this from Josiah Hawthorne, has this picture of Dora the Explorer. And, John Piper's over like kind of by the bushes, and it says, Piper, no piping.
Dude. Deep dad cut. That's a dad joke right there.
That's so good.
Wow.
Trash Can Paul's back. Man, he had a great week. There's a picture of this picture's taken from the driver's seat of a car driving down the road, and there's instead of a hand, there's a deer hoof.
Yeah.
And a cigarette facing the wrong way. In the deer hoofs. No, I guess it's the right way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how French deers hold their cigarettes.
There we go. And there's a cigarette in the deer's hoof, and it's on the hoof is steering the steering wheel, and it just says type of shit I've been on recently. Baby Yoda funny says picture of Yoda who looks upset. The waiter says, Diet Pepsi okay with you? Me. Monopoly money okay with you?
Tribune, that is your favorite TD. She cannot stand Diet Pepsi, and that is what she does. That's the look she has every time when they say Diet Pepsi.
Give Me a Sign has a picture of Jeff's Auto Repair that says, "What if UFOs are just billionaires from other planets?"
Woo.
Oh,
Assholes from outer space.
no,
Ugh.
no.
Yuck. So bad.
No context meme. Okay, this is like a four-parter. I want to be honest. This is like just another one of those AI generated photos. It's really funny. I just put this on here for TD. It's no context meme says blurry trail cam footage of Danny DeVito transforming into a werewolf in the wilderness.
Are we sure this is AI? I'm pretty sure this happened.
Here's
Oof, on the
here's a
fence.
big. First one's blurry. Danny DeVito is like screaming. He's wearing his glasses. He's very hairy. The next one, Danny DeVito is now fully out of his clothes and very, very, very hairy. He's looking right at the camera, confused. And then the last one, he looks pretty happy, but the transformation looks complete.
Yeah, I don't think that's AI. I think that's every full moon, baby.
And I got two more memes for this round. One comes from Introverted Struggle, friend of the show, friend of mine, Introverted Struggle. And it says, there's a picture of like, I don't know, like 40 people just chowing down at this big long picnic table. And it says 30 minutes after they bury you.
Yep.
And my last meme for this round comes from Trash Can Paul.
Trash Can Paul!
It says, the only one I have after this, fellas, is my post with the most, by the way.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know it. I know it. This is a picture of a woman smiling. She has very white, very straight teeth. And
Damn, you're perfect.
Yeah, I mean, so perfect that it's almost certainly computer generated. And it's just a close up of her big white perfect teeth. And it says the British mind cannot comprehend this.
Oh, so many jokes.
I know. I am so
And that's
happy.
all I have for round 3, the penultimate round, leaving only by post with the most.
Oh my goodness.
Back to you, TD.
Facebook for the blind. Who else is talking about international dental care? All right.
It's true.
Okay, time for my round 3, or as I lovingly call it, let's bring this turkey in. Let's get the frickin' mongooses to the spa and let's put the comic books in the freezer. Let's bring this turkey in.
Haul those tractors back to the barn.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
You milked that molasses from that tree, my man.
Hey, I milk all kinds of things. All right, moving on.
Eric sounded sexual. Yeah.
A little bit. Some douchebag name it.
That's how it's got to be done. You apparently don't know where.
Okay.
Baby
I mean, I don't hate the fact that he does it that way. Tease me up for dumb shit. All right, some douchebag named Andrew Teedy. I know that guy.
Hey.
I just said I posted this a couple days ago, and I said, "Give me some chicky tenders, and I'll take out 3 of them." Says every time I hear a militant vegan complain about other people eating meat, I crave a bacon cheeseburger. That's right. For every animal you don't want to eat, I want to eat too. Next up here. Yeah, next up here.
I want to eat vegetables now because you're talking about that.
Exactly. Next up, this one actually is a comment that my buddy Michael Greco put on that cheeseburger meme right there.
Yes.
He comments with this next.
Oh, next. Oh, 2 parts. Sorry.
Yeah, my buddy Michael Greco, he comments the thing from PETA, not friend of the show. And it says, eating chicken will make your kid's dick small. It's a picture of a crying baby.
Mm-hmm.
Friend of the show, Danny fucking DeVito.
Actual werewolf.
Actual werewolf. Danny DeVito at Danny DeVito.
Nice.
Says, bullshit. My parents ate a shitload and I have a magnum dong. Danny, I fucking love you. You're what I want to be when I grow up. Just, not short. Moving on. Friend of the show, Anita Maria Echevarria, cynical comic. God, I miss you so much. It says, haha, good night. It's a picture like, your typical like 1950s maybe style drawing, little Norman Rockwell-esque kids in whatever costumes for Halloween, getting candy from a lady at her front door. And this little kid dressed as a ghost says, full size, I love the big ones. And the lady handed out the candy, goes, so's your mom. I'm not
Look at
above a
that.
mom joke. I'm sorry.
Look at
Oh,
that.
those are good.
Look at that quiet mom confidence on her face too.
Oh yeah, so's your mom.
Mm.
All right, next up, friend of the show, Chris. Now, I apologize if some of you guys don't get this one right away. This is kind of for me and Labune. Friend of the show, Christopher Pugh, also a veteran. It's a picture of a doctor and a guy laying in bed, and the doctor is showing him some X-rays, and the doctor says, "Your X-ray showed a broken rib, but we fixed it with Photoshop," and the picture's just labeled VA Medical.
Yeah, buddy.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like I said, we
Oh.
have free healthcare, and it sucks.
Oh my God. That's wild.
Moving on. Friend of the show, once again, Deborah M. making her second appearance in the show, and it's a picture of a long line of very sad, kind of scary looking clowns. And it says Republican speaker tryouts.
Yeah.
And it's a line of like 20 of the motherfuckers.
Dude, a lot of clown references. Clowns, very big, trending.
Mhm. Yeah.
Trending.
Labune, would you do me the honors?
Manny.
420 Manny.
Yeah, 420 Manny says, if you don't think this is funny, you have no soul. And it's a picture of like an AI generated merging between Michael Jackson and George Michael.
Wow. Well
And
done.
it says my favorite song by George Michael Jackson is "Wake Me Up Before You Beat It."
Ah!
Yeah, where's your want on that one, big guy?
That's a good one.
I was
Thank you.
invested. I was
See,
invested.
I lull you in with some not so good ones, and then boom, knockout.
Yeah, that's true. All
All
right.
right, moving on. Front of the show once again, Satan.
Hey, Sam.
Hey.
Post a picture of an old lady in a pink sweater, you using a walker, and then like a younger nursing assistant, maybe her granddaughter or something, I don't know, helping her. And it says, and the old lady's like, October used to be cold. And the young lady goes, that's entirely your fault, Grandma.
Oh!
Climate change, you old.
Damn!
Ooh, yeah. All right, moving on.
Wow. Normally, you are so much nicer to Betty White.
And that is not Saint Betty. You get that out of your mouth.
All right.
Talking about my baby mama. All right, dad jokes, friend of the show. So I taught my kids about democracy tonight by having them vote on which movie to watch and a pizza to order. Then I picked the movie and the pizza because I'm the one with the money.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's a good one.
My dad used to do that shit to us.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
I wish I was kidding. Okay, friend of the show, friend of the universe, friend of you and me, Jason Jester says that's just a bargain. It's a picture of like an old tavern from probably back in the day. It says Friday night spaghetti wrestling. It's got a picture of two animated women wrestling on a big plate of spaghetti. It says Friday night spaghetti wrestling. Saturday morning, all the spaghetti you can eat, $1.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was Mary's reaction.
Oh yeah, you get so excited and then.
I don't know
Yeah.
how I feel about this, boys.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Labune on this one. I'm not sure where I stand on this.
I'd have to see the wrestling.
Fair. That's fair. That's fair.
If you can maintain a sterile field getting to and from the spaghetti bowl.
Wow.
Shut up.
Sizemore, I love you, but you're a fucking nerd.
I don't care.
Next up, dude. Friend of the show, friend of mine. I used to work with her, Samantha Sam Wiedemann. She posted a picture of this humongous box of chicken nuggets. It says, local man paralyzed after, she tagged me in this, by the way. She says, local man paralyzed after eating 413 chicken nuggets. And somebody comments, so the limit is 412. I'd probably go 410 just to be safe.
Round down a bit.
Yeah, give myself a little wiggle room.
Err on the side of caution.
Three nugget, bumper.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
But yeah, no, I say challenge accepted. All right, moving on.
Unbelievable.
I would do it.
Oh.
Friend of the show, Tim Joseph. God, I love you, dude. He says getting cold and shifting into soup mode, and it shows a picture It just says when the stove breaks and you got to heat up each bite of soup individually. And
Oh,
it's a picture of a very dirty, strung out looking girl holding a lighter underneath a spoon. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
that photo could be tagged cooking. I mean, but
Oh, dude, come on now.
AI's not replacing us anytime
Mm-mm,
soon.
mm-mm. All right. Friend of the show, Internet Hall of Fame. I love the work you guys are doing. Post a tweet from not friend of the show, not friend of anybody, Kylie fucking Jenner.
Ew.
And she says, last night I had cereal with milk for the first time, life changing. Kylie, shut the fuck up.
You're kidding.
But friend of the show, hero to all, and saint amongst the cooking world, Gordon goddamn Ramsay. Says, wait till you try butter on fucking toast, you little twerp.
Nice.
God, I kind of want him to cuss at me just one time, just once.
He
I want to cook something. I want to offend him, and I want him to let me have it.
He's cursed at you. You just haven't heard it.
That's
Mm.
probably very true.
He's cursed at all of us.
He's probably seen one of my videos like, oh, you fucking soup sandwich. All right, moving on. Okay, this is the last one I got for round 3, leaving only my post with the most. It's from, once again, friend of the show, Satan. Hey, buddy.
Hail Satan.
It's a picture of like the worn out, empty eye socketed, just tired looking meme dude going, stop giving me your toughest battles. And it's a meme of white Jesus going, literally just fold the laundry. You're already washed and dried it. Just fold it and put it away. And I say, don't you tell me what to do, white Jesus.
Yeah.
If I want that stuff to sit in my rocking chair for 3 months, it's going to sit in my rocking chair for 3 months.
Dude, straight white American Jesus is so annoying.
So lame. And that's all I got for my round 3, which means I brought the turkeys in, guys.
They're in.
You did.
They are in.
People were like, you can't herd cats, and you did. You did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was turkeys, not cats, but I know what you're saying. All right. Hey, Sizemore, what do you got for your round 3, bud?
You like curdled and hurdled those cats.
Hurdled and hurdled.
You like
I'm gonna make that into a picture.
you like hurdled. I think it's past tense for what you did.
Okay.
Often imitated, frank, generally discombobulated, blah 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 blah. No, I don't even know. Don't even know.
How many of my catchphrases did you just butcher?
Did I? All right. The penultimate round, culminating with the post with the most. Kicking it off, nice little October theme here. We have some jack-o'-lanterns on some stairs, but Forever Pontiac, the poster says, no, it's too much, because these are the scariest pumpkins ever. These are the check engine light, check battery light, check temperature light, check oil light. Oh yeah, very scary, very, very, very scary. So, feeling it, definitely. Sticking with the theme. We've got friend of the show, Craig Smith, reposting, follow me on Instagram at Oh No Shells, who says, haunted house, but it's just a bunch of rooms filled with people you should definitely know, but it's too late to ask what their names are, and they keep making very thoughtful comments, letting you know they've paid attention and remember important details about your life.
Too spooky.
Right? Woo! Oh my God, definitely. Getting a little random here. Our Revolution, New Mexico for Bernie Sanders reposts this George Orwell quote. It says, we are living in a world in which nobody is free, in which hardly anybody is secure, in which it is almost impossible to be honest and to remain alive. Oh, sorry. That was for the wholesome round. Sorry. My bad. This is a picture of the guy and the butterfly, and the butterfly is labeled, liking my tweets about how sad I am. And then the guy is labeled, strangers on the internet. And he is saying, is this friendship? I thought was good. Friend of the show, George, posts this 3-panel from one of the worst sci-fi movies ever made. we have a martial arts guy in a leather sort of members only jacket with a red headband, and he has fingerless gloves, and he's in a boxing stance, and he says, "What year is this?" And we then see a Viking Mad Maxian with an M60 gun, and she says, "It's the Viking Age." And he responds,
what?
"That explains the laser raptors." And this is why George never comes to the show anymore. He's out finding the randoms. He's finding the randoms for the rest of us. It's true. This next one is a couple pictures of Gillian Anderson of X-Files fame, and Psy Operator at Goth Trad Wife says, had to stop watching X-Files with a male friend because he kept groaning at the screen. Gillian Anderson, 1996. I don't know, she's pouring water out of a shell under her, like, I don't know, half-top midriff or whatever. Sunset photos, cheekbones and whatnot. Psy Operator says, just saying, "Oh, dude, fuck, she's perfect. Look at her face. She's like a Roman statue, like somebody carved her out of marble." Again, the sad part of this is that she had to stop watching X-Files. And that's, I feel bad for her, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
It's like nobody deserves that. You should be able to just watch your X-Files. What's the problem? This next one is the sign guy. Vince the sign guy, reposted by the Heinlein Society. And the sign at the side of the road says, "Despite the high cost of living, it remains popular." And that is weird. Conspiracy. Very strange. Very strange. We have here a picture of a sort of a senatorial-looking guy in front of an American flag. And The Onion, again, you didn't think we were done with The Onion, says, "Moderate U.S. politicians believes Israel should only kill half of Palestinians."
Good Lord.
Friend of the show, Corey Showtime Robinson. If you're not following Corey Showtime Robinson, you are missing out. He's got himself with a megaphone shouting, and it's sort of a party, and it says, "Will Smith is living proof that husbands get abused too. Only difference is, it's kind of funny when it happens to men."
I mean,
Not wholly wrong is what's,
no,
is what's
unfortunately.
problematic with that. Totally. Chandler Schmidt, friend of the show, Chandler Schmidt. Chandler, thanks for all the cards and letters. You are a mensch. He has reposted Janice Irwin, and she has reposted Emily at Feminemily. Well, that was kind of cool, except the L is a 1. Anyway, she says, quote, "I stay out of politics," unquote. Is such a weird way to spell my rights as a human being aren't up in the air every 4 years, and I have no problem with the fact that yours are.
Oof.
I know, right? Chandler's funny as fuck.
Yeah, I need to hang out with him again.
This is the worst thing I've seen in at least 6 or 7 minutes, making the second appearance in the show, reposting this caption, "Wow, it's literally unimaginable in our perfectly egalitarian world." Andy Holt at I Am Andy Holt says, "Skyrim Endgame is silly because you can have more gold than you can spend, but just keep getting richer just from fucking around. You drain communities of wealth in return for junk. You break the law and buy your way out of trouble. Your whims run the economy. Could you imagine it in real life?" And finally, for the penultimate round, the experienced website user at Risen Rabbit says, "I followed you because of a funny post some time ago, but it's been exciting to learn about your bleak personal life and extreme political views." This is the worst thing I've seen in 6 or 7 minutes. Says, yeah, my followers be like. And a quick reminder that the show has been brought to you by Satan. Hail Satan! If you're not
See you
going to
poker, big guy.
if you're not going to Satan for your Satan, where are you even getting your Satan?
Hail
Facebook
Satan.
blind. Give us money.
All right, all we have left is the post with the most. So here
Oh,
comes my post
that's-
with the most.
Yeah. Wow.
So this is a picture of a bad motherfucker, and he has a very curly, very beautiful mullet, down. I mean, it's like down around his shoulders.
And
He's
it's
got-
perm.
Yeah, it's permed. Yeah.
Wow.
He's got a handlebar mustache, cigarette hanging out of his mouth. He's on a blue dirt bike. He's got some cool fucking boots on. He's wearing overalls tucked into his boots, and he's holding up a Budweiser. And he's wearing shades. I mean, this guy is as cool as they come. And it's captioned, "Damn, dude, leave some cousins for the rest of us."
All I'm gonna say is, it does look like one of my uncles from the '80s. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's funny.
Yeah, I like that guy is actually every single male in my family.
And this is in Arkansas, is where I need to avoid, right there.
Wait, are you saying that's a picture of Ricky Dale?
Listen, there are pictures of Ricky Dale when he was younger that don't look too dissimilar from that. Honestly, yeah, Ricky Dale was a wild one for a short time. You know, when he was still how do they phrase it? When he was still living in the world.
Mm.
Yeah, when he was still worldly. Yeah.
Oh
Okay.
my God. They say it like that, like the Amish.
Yeah.
Living
yeah.
among the English. He's
Yeah,
out
right,
among
right.
the English. Rumspringer! Fuck yeah. All right, you ready, TD?
I was born ready.
Boom!
All right. My post the most this week comes from friend of the show, Rare Insults. Yeah, and they post from Ugly at Ugly666 saying, "How broke are you?" And Vinny Crack post McDonald's ice cream machine.
Damn,
That
broke.
is broke.
That's always broke.
That's broke. All the time, all
Oh,
day,
bro.
every day. Broke. That's my post with the most. Over to you, Sizemore.
All right, my post with the most I actually posted last week on Tuesday, but it didn't get much traction. It was, of course, National Metric Day, and I posted, "Today is National Metric Day. Remember, U.S. customary units," and we've got a very complicated diagram of gallons, quarts, pints, cups, ounces, teaspoons, and tablespoons with arrows all over the place. This is metric units. 1,000 milliliters equals a liter.
Ta-da.
Fuck this Euro trash.
That's why it's on. That's why it's on 1010. And my man Ray Mullen, second appearance in the show, Columbo T-shirt boy last time, said, "Hey, wow, how about the deciliter and the centiliter? Come on, bro." And I was like, "Dude, I look forward to raising a deciliter with you." By the way, I found out that's a bit like a double poured by a friend of yours who likes you.
Okay.
And I'm like,
So that one time you made me a drink. Gotcha.
yeah. Ooh, yeah, good times. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my post with the most. That constitutes a fully and wholly represented legal entity that we call an episode of Facebook for the Blind for October 17th, 2023. We love you all so much. Thank you. Mwah.
Love you,
Hey,
George.
Boop. And thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.